The first one is people don't have enough reserve capital because, and I learned this the hard way too. I got my first hard money loan and called them. I mean, I was really naive. I was like, "Hey, where's my first draw?" And they're like, "Well, you have to do the work first, and then you get reimbursed." No one told me that. And so I was like, "Oh," so I had to go scramble around and find money to like start the construction. So then I got my first draw.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Erika, and today I'm thrilled to be joined by Lori Wyatt. She's been shaking things up in the real estate world with her company, Flipping Foundation. Lori, it's awesome to have you on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
So I want to jump in right away to your story because it's very unique. Can you share more about what it was like getting into real estate? What led you to flipping and investing?
Well, I sort of fell into it a little bit accidentally. I was in college studying music, came home on a break, and I had a friend who was in construction. His brother was in construction, and he wanted to do a flip, but he didn't have any money. Somehow I had managed to save a little bit. I actually had sold a car that I wasn't using, and I only had, it was $3,500, believe it or not. And my friends were laughing at me. What kind of house can you buy with $3,500? But it was, we did a like seller financing because the house was really, really in bad shape. So that was my first house. It was $3,500 down payment on a land contract. And yeah, we flipped it. It took a while because we didn't really know what we were doing, but we flipped it. I made a little bit of money and paid off some student debt and some of my credit cards. And so that was really cool. And that was my first flip. I was 20.
So was there a moment in your journey that you knew you wanted to keep doing this? What was it, your first flip? What was it, some time after you got your feet wet?
So after my first flip, I didn't really, my friend got busy. We kind of went our separate ways, and I didn't really have a construction partner. So I kind of got out of it, but I really had caught the bug. Like I really wanted to do it again, but I didn't for several years because I just really I was a little bit nervous to do the construction piece. So when I jumped back into it initially, I did some like, paint, like easy ones where it wasn't, paint and carpet, that type of thing. So I didn't really jump back into it, until it was like '06, like right before the crash, unfortunately. So did some projects then. Of course, the crash happened, and then that put a halt on everything. And then really, really dove into it full time in 2015. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And, to fast forward that to today, there's a lot more that you do than flipping. Can you share what else you have going on besides Flipping Foundation?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs, for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
So, I've been a broker. That's really how I've made the majority of my money, like from when I started. So I have my brokerage, Real Estate Growth Partners, and that's kind of morphed into, I'm a managing broker there, and that's kind of morphed into investment-centric real estate. It's a brokerage firm, but we focus on investors. So we have that. And then my partner, Derek, is he has FlipSmart Loans and flippingfoundation.com. And FlipSmart Loans, we basically started that because we were just pretty frustrated with some of the experiences that we'd had as flippers with some of the lenders that we worked with. So he's like, you know what, I can do this. So he's, really good at it, crunches all the numbers. That's his piece. And I pretty much look for deals, find deals. And then of course, when they're done, I sell them. So we kind of have, we can do A to Z, which is great. And then the other thing that we did, because we sometimes run into people that want to get into it, but really they've never done anything like this and they don't have any idea what they're doing, and we can kind of tell. So we set up it's called flippingfoundation.com, and it's a series of videos where it kind of walks someone through A to Z, like all the pieces that you need to do a flip if you've never done one before and you're just starting out. So we talk about marketing, we talk about the financing, we talk about creative financing, we talk really about construction. Literally everything you can think of are in those videos, because we've actually run across people, as we've been doing this, that, watched a show or went to a seminar and decided they were going to flip a house on weekends, and they had a full-time job. And one person that we ran into, the bank was taking back the house and asked us to kind of jump in and partner with this guy. And it was kind of eye-opening to me. He was literally trying to do it on the weekends, like a huge gut rehab on the weekends. And that just doesn't work. And so that was kind of why we decided to put together these videos, because I feel like it's important to educate yourself and build a really strong team before you start. It's critical.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot that goes into these flips and renovations. Through that process and your desire to build these videos, were you noticing any themes for like pitfalls or misconceptions that people had who were new to flipping?
Yes. The first one is people don't have enough reserve capital, because, and I learned this the hard way too. I got my first hard money loan and called them. I was really naive. I was like, "Hey, where's my first draw?" And they're like, "Well, you have to do the work first and then you get reimbursed." No one told me that. And so I was like, "Oh." So I had to go scramble around and find money to like start the construction. So then I got my first draw, my reimbursement. Didn't know that. So there's all those little small things like that you don't think about. Permits or no permits. A lot of people try to go without permits, and I've learned a hard lesson that way, because the contractor that I was working with at the time was cutting corners, and I was, trying to do something without permits, or they were like, "Oh no, we don't need permits." No, you need permits, because permits keeps everyone honest, and then you ensure that the work is done. Then when you go to sell it, the buyer is going to feel much more confident that it's a great house because everything's permitted, all the inspections have been passed. So that's another one, kind of a misconception, that you can get away with doing things without permits. Sure, you can, but many times it can come back to bite you as well.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
And you've done a lot of flips yourself. I think you said it was a over your career you've done 150 homes.
Yeah, yeah, right around 150.
Wow. So between that, having the brokerage, FlipSmart Loans, the education, how do you keep all those plates spinning?
So we have a team of people. So it's myself, my partner. We have a full-time admin, and then we have some remote people as well. And then I mentioned on this big portfolio, I also had a partner in California, so she was working with us as well. So, and then I feel like we've really built a strong team with like our insurance guy's great. Great. I mean, she's awesome. We've got the lending piece figured out now, construction team. So I feel like that's just the most crucial thing. We've got a 4-person construction team, like in-house, that like they're ours. Like they only work for us. And then if we need more, we can obviously sub out for others as well. But we've got that like really solid team that's in-house and works for us full time. So we've got I think we're really blessed to have some great people around us.
Yeah, absolutely. And you want to, be smart about who you allow in your circle, who is a part of your team. How did you find them? Were there any networking groups or connections that really help with that?
Yeah, actually, I am now actually just been sworn in as president of the Southside Builders Association. So that's a professional group that I've been with for uh, I think 15 years now, a long time. And I ran into them because I did my first like bigger building, and was struggling a little bit, honestly, with some of the magnitude of, it was my first like 6 flat, and it was in really bad shape. It was a lot at the time. And a friend of mine said, you should go to the Southside Builders because they'll help you get through the permitting process, get through the whole. And so I did. And it was, I was literally the only girl there for the longest time. And but the guys welcomed me in. They were great. They taught me a lot. They were all veterans. They all knew what they were doing, and I've made some great connections there. They do their lunches every Wednesday, first Wednesday of every month. We have a great place. I think it's called Phoenix in Chinatown, where we meet. So if anyone wants to join in and come have lunch with us, and they always have great. So now they're doing. Like they'll bring in people from the city, or like last month we had CIC, which is a lending partner, come in and talk about their programs. So we're always trying to inform people and bring in, it's networking, it's information, it's staying current on what's going on with, landlord tenant ordinances, all that stuff. So that's been huge for me. I mean, just such really has enriched me a lot, and I feel grateful to have such a great group of people around me. And now the group has grown; it's really much more diverse, and we have all kinds of people coming, like from architects to construction guys to supply. Everyone comes, and it's fabulous. So
Awesome.
yeah.
And having a good network is so important too when things go south. Have you ever had a moment like that, Lori, in your journey to real estate? And what would you say you learned from that?
Oh wow, yeah. I had a little. Yes, we've had. I mean, it's construction, so there's a lot that can. I mean, that's the thing. There's a lot that can go south, and you think you've learned everything, and then you do another deal, and you're like, oh, well, this is new. Um, so yes, I had one situation again where someone had told us that they had passed their final inspections, hadn't passed their inspections. I really had to take a moment and like think like, what do I do? And actually went and met with the city, and they kind of jumped in and helped, and that was great. And had and I won't name names, but there was somebody in the building department that really kind of, he was just really like a mentor and helped me through a very difficult process. And I actually went later back to him and said, "Hey, who's your supervisor?" And I wrote a really nice letter because, I mean, I don't know how I would have gotten through it, because he was just like, "Well, this is what you need to do. Here's how you fix it." And it still wasn't easy, but he like walked me through and helped me get through it. A really tough, tricky situation with, where things were done and I had to like rip open walls again and like redo a bunch of work that I thought was done. And it was like, oh. But like I said, the city actually was really helpful and great to work with in that case.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah, helping you in a difficult time. And it's awesome the thread to see there that, you're helping people with flipping foundation and with the videos that, if they're going through a rough time, not really feeling prepared, that you're helping them make sure they have their ducks in a row and are really understanding that process.
Well, I think that's the big thing is like no one wants to ask for help because you don't want to like go, oh, well, I don't want people to know that I don't know. Right. But the reality is you have to be able to ask for help, like, because no matter how good you are, things are going to happen. You think you plan for everything, but there's always like a curveball that comes at you. And so like, don't be afraid to raise your hand and go, wow, this really took me by surprise. And look in your network and say, who's going to help me get out of this? And that's one of the things that I'm just not afraid to raise my hand and ask for help. So
That's good. And Lori, when it comes to all that you have going on, what is next on the horizon? What are you most excited about?
well, my partner and I have always we've always renovated very old homes. I mean, that's the housing stock on the south side of Chicago. It's all like pre 1900. Um, And, those are tricky rehabs. So I think once we're unraveled from the last of the portfolio that we're working on now, the next horizon for us will be new construction. But not specifically, we don't want to do like traditional new construction. We want to do more like modular or um, we've been looking into like the prefab walls where it's a smoother, easier, quicker process, if you will. So you're not doing like the traditional construction. Um, you're not doing what I call bricks and sticks traditional construction. You're doing a modular situation or the panelized wall system where it's going to go much faster.
Yeah. Is that the reason behind that is to not have as long of a turnaround time?
Yes, for sure. Because, traditional construction can take, I mean, if you really know what you're doing, a year. Um, I mean, that's how I view it with permits and everything else, start to finish. And modular can go much, much faster. There's a company that we've been talking to out in California, and they were saying that they can actually put up a house in 3 weeks. I mean, that's crazy.
And
Right.
with the market, it's good to move fast.
Yes. Yeah, because when you're in a construction loan, you're paying interest every day that you own it. That's one thing that I did, and it's kind of a funny thing, but when I was doing projects, I would figure out like my monthly construction payment, and I would figure out like what it would cost me each day, and I would put it on a sticky note, and I would put it on like the board. So I was always looking at that, like knowing how much this project was costing me by the day, because it gives you like this added sense of urgency when you know how much money you're spending each day to own something. So that's why the panelized or like modular construction is exciting because you really cut down on that interest that you're having to pay when you're doing, and that's huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's a way that you can offer housing in a you know, the idea is to be able to offer housing and have it be more affordable. That's the goal.
Yeah. Are there any other things that you are doing with that trend, with that need for more affordable housing?
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to create housing so there's a lot of areas where there's housing, it costs $400,000 to build a home, but really the max price that families in that area are able to pay is more like maybe 300,000. So there's that gap, right? And I know there are a lot of like private organizations and not-for-profits that will work with developers and create situations where, say, for example, like they give the family a one-time grant so that it like bridges that gap. And that's kind of what I've been trying to figure out is like, how can I be a developer and offer like workforce housing or, starter homes basically, and still have it be affordable because it's so expensive to build now. A lot of times you look at a project and say, wow, this community really needs housing, but you can't build it and have people be able to actually afford to live there because it costs too much to build that house. Does that make sense? So trying to figure out how can I partner with some not-for-profits where you take private money and sort of like marry a developer with a not-for-profit, and you marry them together and you come up with a successful solution. So I haven't
Lori.
figured it out yet. Looking at people, there are people doing it, but not many people have figured it out. It's a tricky question. So you can build large apartment projects with HUD and those types of government, but they want 200 units. But how do you build a single family home in an area where the median home price is $260 when it costs $400,000 to build a home? That's the question. That's the question we're trying to solve now.
Yeah, that's going to take a real collaboration and innovation to make that happen.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. A lot of dots to connect, if you will.
Yeah. Well, Lori, if someone listening today wants to help maybe connect those dots, they want to learn more about what you're doing, collaborate, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Well, I'm all over social media, but we have our website is flippingfoundation.com. We also have FlipSmart Loans, and then realestategrowthpartners.com. That's my real estate website. So, but if you Google Lori Wyatt, I'll come up. And you can always come to our Southside Builders meeting too, first Wednesday of every month. And again, you can Google that, and you'll see all the information. Or if you want to get on our mailing list for the luncheons, you can shoot me a quick email. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm everywhere.
It's so great having you on the show, sharing your story, your expertise, and all that you're doing in real estate. It's really inspiring.
Thank you so much, Erika, for having me. It's been really great. I
For our,
appreciate it.
I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, it's fine. I was just saying I really appreciate it. It's been really great.
Awesome. And for our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you're subscribed to the Real Estate Pros podcast. We've got more conversations coming up with pros like Lori who are out there building fantastic real estate businesses. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.